to turn on to iTunes. I'm cutting the cheese.
Got the cheese.
Cutting the cheese. Because you said you wanted to try the cheese, right?
I do.
Yes.
It'll be good. I don't have iTunes.
So this no, you're not going to iTunes. You're going to turn your phone on airplane mode.
I did that.
Okay. And then
turn it on?
The voice memos. Yeah, and then go to voice memos. Hi, welcome to the Get Fit with Jodelle podcast. We're live. We're in my kitchen. So welcome to my humble but quaint kitchen. So go to your voice memos.
Where is it? What do you mean voice?
This is Apple tutorial for you. To record on iTunes, you are going to go to your voice memos. Let's find where your voice memos are. You keep yours in a different place than I keep.
I don't keep them anywhere. Oh, there's the voice. Did you need that?
I've seen it before. Oh, wait, I found it. Okay, so voice memos looks like that. Then we're going to press go. So
okay, here we go.
Now we are recording live on iTunes as well as live on Facebook. Thank you for those of you that stayed with us during that tutorial. So we're in my kitchen, and today's podcast is all about eating on the go. So for those of you that are like, I don't have time to cook, I don't have time to prepare snacks, I got to eat fast food, I don't know what to do, my health is off track, or I'm just out of ideas. Maybe you're out of ideas for children, for snacks on the go for kids. Well, have I got a show for you. So that's what we're talking about today, and I'll never get this cheese open so I can cut the cheese for you. But
there we go.
Okay, so what I have here, just before we go into the notes, I'm just going to show you, I buy raw milk cheese, okay? Now, I don't personally get to eat very much of it because I am sensitive to dairy, but my daughter, this is perfect for her because what kid doesn't love cheese, right?
No kidding.
And raw milk cheese has the lactase enzyme still intact because it wasn't pasteurized. So this is an unpasteurized cheese. And so you can actually pretty much digest it a lot better. Rather than cheeses that are pasteurized, you might have issues with because it doesn't have the enzyme to help you break it down. So would you like to try?
Yes, please.
Okay. So she's going to be my taste tester today, but we're going to go through a lot of different ideas for you, recipes, tips and tricks, and then I'm going to show you just kind of what I have for stuff on the go. Now, one of the biggest questions I get is this, like, what can I cook fast? What? I don't have time to cook, so I eat out. Or I eat crap, and they're like, oh, don't get mad at me, I did this, I did that. I'm like, I'm not mad at you, let's just figure out some strategies. Okay, so I have some tips and tricks, many meals and snack ideas, and I'm going to show you them right here in my kitchen. So if you're listening on iTunes, it's so far away, we better move it over here.
Okay.
If you're listening on iTunes, you will definitely want to see this, so I'm going to keep this on my Facebook, but I'm also going to be uploading this to my Patreon page. So for those of you that are my superstars, my big name people out there, or anybody, but somebody who wants to like go a little deeper with Jodelle, and you want more exclusive content, go to patreon.com/Jodelle and become a patron there. So I'm going to put
Can
this
I
here.
ask, I saw that. What do you mean by Patreon?
Okay, Patreon is a website where you can upload like exclusive content and you can do more with your videos and your audio and stuff like that. Like I have workouts on there now where I'm in my little studio and I'm giving a workout for whoever wants to join me. And I can do live workouts on there. So the difference between it and Facebook is it's stored on there and people who are patrons can go back at any time and if you're a patron, all of that stuff is right there for you to access. So it's like your own personal, I guess it would be like my inner circle. So if you wanted to join my inner circle.
Why aren't I in your inner circle?
Well, you haven't become a patron yet.
Well, I didn't know what it was.
Patron.
How can I be a patron if I don't know what it is?
You can just go there and see. Sometimes I post free content, but if you want like the exclusive stuff, like my interview with you that I did, I posted that there. And it's nowhere else. I didn't put it on iTunes.
Good.
So I did an interview with her, and you get that for free if you are my patron. Now, what's the cost? It's nothing. It's like $12 a year. It's $1 a month. So that's why I went with Patreon, because all it is funding podcasts. Like that's all it's doing for me. I'm not making any money off of it. I'm just funding my podcast that I'm putting out there. So if people will be my patron, Lindsay said she's a patron. Yeah, I know she is. So.
Oh, good for you, Lindsay. I didn't even know what one was.
So, before we lose viewers, we are going to get to the eating on the go stuff, but go check out patreon.com/Jodelle And after $100 is raised, like in that, I'm going to host a live Q&A for all my patrons. That means all my inner circle, we're going to have a chat together. No matter where you are in the world, you get to chat with me. So
if you do a workout on there, it'll be saved. We can look at it later.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Okay. So that's on. Okay. That's enough of that. So I'm looking for my best group out there, man. Let's form our tribe. Let's form our inner circle. Okay. First things first with this podcast, I do not advocate eating on the go. So where am I going to go with this? However, you're supposed to have a comment to that. Do you have like the little stand I have you on, there's like a nodule right there. Do you see that? No, right here. Like I've got my phone on a tree stand, and there's like a little, what is that? That.
It's
that.
It's one of those.
I know. Anyway, so I don't advocate eating on the go, but aren't there times where we have to?
Yes.
Like, aren't there times where you're in your car and you're in between clients and you have to get somewhere in 10 minutes and you have to eat? Yes. Aren't there times when the kids have been screaming and you just got home from work and school and everybody's got to go to soccer and ballet and you're like, if I don't eat right now, I'm going to pass out. So I'm going to have to eat in the car, right? Mm-hmm. That's fine.
Right.
Like, the day and time that we live in now, you do have to eat on the go sometimes. Mm-hmm. When you don't, eat a meal at home, sitting with you, yourself, and I, and not your iPhone, like no distractions. I want there to be at least one meal a day where you are with the meal, okay? Let me tell you about a story if I haven't yet. Did I tell you about the guy with the Big Mac story?
I don't think so.
It's hot in here.
Well, you're cooking.
I know, I've got it roasted and stuff. Anyway, there's a guy that was seeing a nutritionist, and he was eating 2 Big Macs a day for lunch. And
is this real?
Yes, this is a real. This was actually the guy that I trained with when I went through my food psychology coach training. The instructor told me the story. So anyway, he said that he would eat 2 Big Macs a day at lunch. And so he came to the nutritionist, and the nutritionist told him this: I don't want you to stop eating that. I don't want you to stop eating that. He said, continue doing that. But when you do it, do not eat in your car. Do not eat at your desk. Sit down with it in a nice place, at a nice table, with no distractions, and eat your Big Macs. And after one time, the guy stopped.
I was going to say.
Because he goes, I don't like the taste of it. I realized I just ate it because that's what I did for so many years, and I didn't even like the taste of it anymore. So
it was a habit, for one thing. And
sometimes it's a matter of tasting the food, sitting and being present with your meal, and tasting the food and saying, do I really like the taste of this, or am I just eating it because I always have, or because it's convenient, or because it's a frozen pizza and I popped it in, but do I really like it? Do I want to use my calories for something that my taste buds are clearly telling me not so much? Like, when you've eaten in front of a phone or a computer or something like that,
you don't even enjoy it.
You don't even know that you ate. I mean, think about times when you've tracked your calories on MyFitnessPal or something. You're like, oh, what did I have for lunch? And it's that day.
Yeah.
It's usually because you were distracted when you did that, and your body's like, I don't remember eating because you were doing something else. We can multitask, but that doesn't mean that we should. Okay, so the best thing to do is to actually, at least one meal a day, sit and be present with it. No TV, no computers, no phones. Just you and that pretty little meal that you put together. Even if it's something quick, like we're going to talk about today, be present and eat it and really let yourself know, yeah, this is something I want to continue eating. Or, you know what, I don't really like this salad that I make every day. It's kind of boring. So,
do you ever feel like that when you eat a sardine? Like, you know what? I don't think I really like this.
No, I don't feel like that when I eat a sardine. Sardines are wonderful. So we want to keep seeing your comments and your likes and your worlds and everything out there for you guys on Facebook. If you guys are on iTunes, sorry, that doesn't apply to you. But you can leave a review on iTunes. But keep letting us know that you're out there. And if you have any questions about how to eat on the go, let's talk about that. So let me pull my notes back up so we can continue on. So I just wanted to put that asterisk out there of I do not advocate eating on the go. I want you to eat one meal at home every day, or at least in a pretty park on a picnic table when you're at work or something.
So this is only on an emergency.
This is emergency
only basis.
Yes. Okay, so being stressed and eating on the go, just so you know, will lead to poor digestion and assimilation. Okay, meaning that typically you eat too quickly when you're in the car or getting ready for a ball game or something, and you're in between things going on. What happens is your body is so engaged in what you're about to do that chewing your food, you don't chew very well, right? If you're in the car and you're like wolfing something down, you're not typically going to chew it and masticate it 22 times like you're supposed to. And the stomach can't break down undigested food. So the acid might not be rich enough to go, oh, here's a whole bite of a, protein bar, and I can't break this down, so it's just going to keep going on down. Well, what happens then is it goes into the small intestines, and the small intestine starts to ferment that undigested food. That's never a good sign, because here comes an hour later when you're sitting at the ball game, you're like, I'm gonna have to, I'm gonna need to go pass some gas.
I'm gonna be listening on the radio.
Yeah.
In the car.
So that's why it's important to take time, let your body know, hey, it's digestion time, it's time to eat. Smelling food is like the brain signaling that something's about to happen, like you just opened your little Tupperware and we're about to get some food. But if it's so busy, like I'm running here, I'm running there, I'm picking up kids, I'm dropping off kids, then your brain's not engaged, and so the digestion doesn't happen. And if the digestion doesn't happen, assimilation doesn't happen. Okay, nice.
Ashley Gates is watching.
Oh, hi, Ashley. So if the digestion doesn't happen, what are you not absorbing? Pop quiz.
Okay, what?
What are you not absorbing if digestion doesn't happen?
You're not absorbing the vitamins and nutrients and
Yes,
stuff
so vitamins
that
and minerals
you need from
to build hair, to build skin, beautiful skin, to burn fat. All of those things require vitamins and minerals, cofactors they're called. So in order to assimilate them, you need to have good digestion. And we can't do that on the go, bottom line. All right, also, I don't advocate snacking. I'm pointing my fingers at all you snackers out there. Unless, asterisk, you are some sort of part of an adrenal healing program. Like I have a stress management meal
I'm
plan.
always part of that.
Yes, you
I
actually are on
So
that.
I have to snack.
Well, you actually are on that. Anybody that has an issue with cortisol, like someone like she's kind of a night owl, and I'm just telling, I'm keeping it real. So if you have issues with your adrenals, are responsible for stress management. If you're not handling stress well and you're lacking sleep and your body's breaking down, things like that, then you need to tell your body, we're in a calm state. Here's food at the first part of the day. Here's food a little bit later. Here's food a little bit later. We're not in a famine. You don't have to store anything. We're all good. But it has to be balanced. It can't just be, a Pop-Tart and a piece of pizza and stuff like that. It needs to be real food in order to, again, digest and assimilate. So those people, I'm okay with snacking. The majority of the people that are not suffering from some sort of adrenal insufficiency, and they especially sit at a desk all day and they're not really moving, they're not doing anything, 3 meals a day is plenty. Even 2 meals has scientific benefit to maybe you're just going to have, a nice breakfast and then a nice healthy lunch, and then you're just going to have some tea for dinner, something like that. Or vice versa, you're going to have lunch and dinner and maybe have just some coffee for breakfast. If you're not in a stressed state, then that is okay. Okay.
So would those snacks need to be more protein or more veggies?
Yes, if you're snacking. That's a really good question, though.
I know, but you said yes. I said more protein or more veggies.
Both of
yes.
them. Yes, both of them. Because protein is actually going to help rebuild the adrenal glands that are suffering. So you'll turn over new healthy adrenal cells. And then the vegetables are actually going to keep insulin in check. Did you know?
Did you know?
Okay, here comes the did you know. Vegetables. We're going to be talking about collard greens. That's why I'm showing.
Yummy.
Vegetables
are those the ones that taste like spinach?
These are actually better for you than any kind of vegetable. It's better for you than taking diabetes medication. And how about aspirin? And how about ibuprofen? These are better. Why? Because they contain something called salicylic salicylates. Okay, I had to get it out. I can read it, but then when I say it, I suck. So
to say
salicylates. Okay, so salicylates are compounds in the vegetables that are anti-inflammatory and insulin too high is what I like to call it. Like it actually, if your insulin's going all over the board, the fiber, the salicylates, those are going to balance everything out. So better than taking, I'm not telling you to go off your diabetes medication, but better than taking that is eating a crap ton of vegetables. And if you're having pain in the knees, the joints, whatever, eat your vegetables. Don't pop a Tylenol. You are not Tylenol deficient, okay? You are vegetable deficient. So yes, so to answer your question, protein and vegetables would be awesome, but you also want to get a little bit of fat in there too.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So, and we do have the F-bombs handy today to demonstrate the fat on the go. We make keto easier. These little guys are yummy. This is the coconut and macadamia nut butter blend. So
which is heaven.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
But eating on the go, hello, you could slip this in your teeny tiny purse and take it with you to wherever you need to go. And then you could sit and savor it and let your body digest it. And it's easily broken down because it's like a nut butter, so it's not like this roughage you have to crunch up and you have undigested food in your stomach, okay? So it's easy on the go stuff. That's what we're all about. Okay, so that being said, now, I had a little note on here that was funny that I wanted to read. Okay, so unless you're on some sort of a healing adrenal protocol, your body called and it said, I need some space. Okay, I need some space in between meals. So it's not you, it's your body. So what I mean is fat loss and lowered blood sugar, if you're having like almost every single person I'm meeting with lately has some form of insulin resistance. So I want you guys to be really cognizant about your insulin. It's going up there, man. And it's because I read somewhere that in the 1930s, we consumed 30 carbohydrates for a day, like 30 to 40. And now it's 300 to 400 carbohydrates a day. Yikes. Okay, and that's because it's everywhere, right? It's at the office, it's at the coffee shop. You're like, I'm just going in for a coffee. And then you're like, and a cinnamon roll. Yeah. And I just had breakfast. Okay, so it's everywhere, and we need to be cognizant of that. Your body needs space. It needs time between meals to use that blood sugar and use the glycogen that's formed from it for energy. And then when it uses up its glycogen, then it goes, what am I going to burn now? Fat. That would be good. So there you go. But since most of you are going to be on the go, we still need to give you some options, and some of these can be snacks or meals, so let's talk about that. The key is to plan ahead, though. Some of these require a little work, maybe on Sunday afternoon or when you're preparing something for dinner, like hard-boiled eggs. Okay, these are ready to go. If I want to take them on the go for me or my daughter, I can take them on the go. Just hard boil a big batch of eggs and you've got them to be on the go with you. But that's kind of a no-brainer, right? Let's go into a little bit more things that are a little funner, okay? So on to the good stuff. No time for breakfast and you think you have to hit the drive-thru? Wrong.
Ew.
This may be a time, Bunny, when I need you to
okay, I'm ready.
The phone.
Oh.
Handle. Yeah, you can take
this?
it off of there and get my handy dandy little spatula and an egg because, Bunny, is there a way you can like time me or think you're not even on me? You're not even on me.
Do you want me to show you or the pan?
I want you to show whatever, but I want them to see how quickly.
Okay, I got a timer on my watch.
Oh, good. Okay, so see if I could make a breakfast. Maybe, I know this is just one egg, and typically you're going to have more than one egg.
Am I showing you? Okay.
Do this
quicker
than a drive-through.
Okay, ready?
So I've heated up my pan.
Am I starting? Okay.
Yeah.
It's going.
I've heated up my pan. I put some coconut oil in there so it's non-stick. And then I'm going to crack my little dude in here.
There's yummy.
Yeah. So he's already getting white. Oops, where'd my trash can go?
Oh, the camera guy moved
the camera guy. Okay, so I'm going to start scrambling. You don't have to pre-whisk, okay? You can just start. They can't see anything. They can't see the egg. They can't see me.
Oh. Can I unplug it?
Girl.
Can I unplug it?
Unplug it. Okay, so look down at the egg here. What are we at? What time-wise are we at?
30 seconds.
30 seconds. And it's almost done. Yeah. So the typical drive-through is it's usually 200 to 224 minutes, or seconds, sorry. Seconds. And so what would that be? That'd be about, I think it's 3.5 minutes that you spend from the time you order to pick up your meal.
Yeah.
Now this was just 1 egg. Typically you'd saute more than that, but I'm going to turn that off because it's done, okay? I can put this on a plate with my...
That was 1 minute and 1 second.
And so maybe the next thing I'm going to do, since that's just 1 egg, is I'd go to my avocado and cut that up and put that alongside my egg, and then maybe I'd have some berries or something too. So there you go. That's a breakfast that you could easily sit down and make and eat in roughly less than 10 minutes, okay? And yeah, you're not getting the 3.5 in the driveway, but you're actually getting nutrition, okay? You're going to your office and you're like, I feel amazing, I have energy, got my salicylates, you know, so...
And you got to enjoy it.
Yes, and now, Bunny,
instead
you
of
can enjoy the egg.
Instead of eating
I like
it.
that you're showing here's my deer on the wall that my husband got. You don't have to plug it back in.
Trying to plug it back in.
You went the grand tour of my little shop house here? Okay, so... All right, so that was number 1. Okay, let's get you some sea salt and you can have some egg. 'Cause she has to go to work pretty soon, so I gotta feed her really well.
Look at this, I'm getting dinner.
I know, but you have to eat it with the spatula because I don't want you to scratch my granite pan.
Oh my Lord. Okay.
It's like a granite pans. They were
It's
cheap
okay.
in Canada.
It's very good.
All right, so the next thing, I got to pull up my notes. So that's...
I'm sorry that I get to eat Jodell's cooking on the air.
That's one breakfast idea. Now you could also put some salsa on that. You could put guacamole if maybe you're going to buy the wholly guacamole packets and put that on the eggs. There you go. You have time for breakfast. All right, wrap it in a collard green. So let's try that. Now, are you opposed to the fact that I haven't washed this yet?
No.
Okay, good. Because that takes too long.
Are you wanting to put the eggs in there?
Yeah, so before you eat all that, let's put these in there. Oh, let me let you hold this now again.
Oh, God.
So this is a collard green, and it's not going to taste like a romaine lettuce leaf that's all wet and watery. This is like dry, and it matches up perfectly with whatever you want to wrap it with, okay? So something like an egg, maybe you're going to throw some cheese on there. I'm doing it very haphazardly, but you can see how I could chop up an avocado, put that on there, and season it up the way you like it. Get a nice soy-free mayo. That would be good to wrap it with. Give it some nice sauce.
And pepper.
And pepper, yeah. And then you just wrap it up. And if it's even too big for your Tupperware to take with you for a snack later, you could chop it in half.
Oh, yummy.
And you have your nice little, so there you go.
Look at that.
Okay, so I'll put that back up there while you're going to snack on that. And you can let me know what you think. All right, so let me move that out of the way. What about Greek yogurt and nut butter? So you could put some of the F-bomb in some Greek yogurt, like a cup of that, and then maybe chop up a piece of dark chocolate. That's what I call my decadent yogurt bowl in some of my meal plans online, which you can get at getfitwithjodell.com/shop. I can shamelessly plug myself, can't I? I've worked really hard for everything I've put together. Okay, and how about dropping an F-bomb, so to speak, with some berries and coconut milk, like make almost like a cereal. That's really fast and easy. You could do that too. I think there's still a promo code active for these. Parents 5409 will save you 10%. So yeah, just if you can't find the promo code, just message them and tell them Jodell said there was some sort of a promo code or something. Ross will understand, won't you, Ross? So.
Ross had to write me a little note the last time. He said, "Thank you for attempting to subscribe."
You get little notes from them. I love it. Every time you make an order, they get you like a little handwritten note. Like how many companies do that? Okay. Then what about just cooking some bacon? We know how fast bacon cooks. It cooks really fast. Plus you could do it in the oven too. Chop it up with some avocado.
So
and
good.
Have that too.
Oh my gosh.
Bunny, that's one of Bunny's favorite. What do you think of this?
It's good. It's
and
very
I didn't
good.
even put a lot on that. I just broke some cheese off in it. So
it's very good.
Yeah, and it's not
This could be a meal or a snack, right?
This is more like a meal, but yeah, it could be a snack. Because I would have you put more eggs in it and more fillers like the avocado or some bacon in there, some sausage, and then do something like the raw cheese, feta cheese, something like that. And then if you
like you said, harachis.
Harachis. I like those shoes, though.
You could do some harachis.
I don't see a lot of commenting out there. Are you guys just dumbfounded by me bringing it into my kitchen? What's going on out there? Okay, lunches. Even salads in the morning. Like you can do a salad in the morning. That's easy. Just grab some out of the little spring mix, throw it in the thing, and then add what you want to add on there. Okay. think outside the breakfast box, basically. Lunches. Again, I recommend the wraps here. Those are great, satisfying and easy. Did you find that was real dry? Or was it like...
Not really.
And it's not wet like the romaine lettuce. So, yeah. Okay, good.
No, I like it.
She's a believer.
Very good.
Make up a big batch of tuna salad. And that's what we're doing next. Okay?
That would be good.
Yes.
I'm a believer, I couldn't live if I
Get my stuff out. So some other things you could do for lunches, again, would maybe be that yogurt bowl, or perhaps you're gonna do,
the yogurt bowl, very good.
Perhaps you're going to do like a smoothie, like you could do if you're on the go, you're in between, hairstylists, they don't have a lot of time to prepare things. So hairstylists actually need more like a liquid meal in between clients. So what about doing like I gotta get my mayonnaise. Hold on, I'm multitasking.
Okay.
So a nice soy-free mayo, you want to make sure and do that. And let me get that out. But what was I talking about? Hairstylists. I can't do 15 things at once. So hairstylists, they would do well to put together like all the ingredients in a Tupperware that they want in their smoothie, like the scoop of protein powder, some berries, coconut milk, maybe some coconut oil or butter to give it a little fat. Maybe you could do some cocoa powder. You could do some cinnamon. And then when you get there, maybe just have at your station or whatever, or back in the, even nurses or hairstylists, just have in your back station there what you could put it in, like a NutriBullet or a Magic Bullet. Sorry, I'm so like all over the place. 'Cause this is how it is. You're in my kitchen and I'm all over the place. Bunny lived with me. She knows.
Yep.
Excuse me. Okay. Now, I don't have any capers right now, but normally I would put some capers in here, but I am going to put some avocado and some cheese. So come back over to the cutting board here, because this has taken me how long? Maybe we're still at less than a minute right now.
Yeah.
And, you didn't have to really time me, but if they can't see it, hold it up. Making the avocado, I just added it all in. Oh, we're good. We're back.
Okay, good.
Back on. I'm still adding things to it. I'm going to actually cut up. Oh, you still have your collard green to eat here. How are we doing on time? You have 2 minutes before you have to leave?
Yep.
I guess I'll just have to keep going without you.
Okay.
It won't be as fun, but they'll still like all the things I'm going to share with them.
Heck yeah.
So I'm going to chop up this cheese and put little cubes of that in there just to give it more flavor. And this would be a nice hearty meal. High noon is the highest time that your metabolism is functioning, so a nice big lunch is the best thing you can do for your body, because that's when your metabolic fires are the hardest, and they can digest a lot, and they can break down really well, especially if you're going to sit down and enjoy it. That's always key too. I did wash my hands before we started this.
Yes, I saw that.
Everybody knows. Okay, so give that a go when you're ready.
Me?
Yeah.
Why do I get to taste everything?
Because you're my taste tester, and they get a kick out of you. So tell me what you think about that. You
Gosh.
Get the avocado.
I know. I'm trying to get a little bit of everything. Do I have, is it sardine?
Whoops.
Okay, forget it. God, are you serious? That's why you didn't let me see the can.
You promised that one day you'd try it.
But not
and
today.
You're live right now. They're all gonna ask you to try it because they're watching.
Is it really sardine?
No, I'm kidding. It's tuna.
Let me see the can.
I wouldn't do
that. Yes, you would. Ah! God.
Okay, so it's
you
wild
try it.
Sardines. So
no,
you have to taste it now. They're all waiting on you.
You wouldn't want me to throw up on live.
You're not going to throw up. If you like tuna, you like tuna salad.
Oh!
You're only young ones. Live and don't die. And this will help you not die, because sardines are one of the most powerhouse foods. Think tuna. Just think it's tuna.
Okay, do you remember the day I tested oregano? That's what's going to happen.
See, Lindsay said, do it, bunny.
No!
Say, we double dog dare ya. You have to get all the bites. Get the cheese.
There's
too.
some sardine on that.
Okay, get the cheese too. Oh, this is good. I ruined it though. I was trying to get her to think it was tuna.
What if I throw up?
You won't throw up.
On live.
air on the
There's
airline.
your bite. Okay, go for it. Just do it. It's just tuna salad. It doesn't even smell.
No, it's not.
Okay, it doesn't even smell because you didn't even say anything about it stinking when I opened it. So
I smelled it.
Well, you didn't say anything. You have to go to work soon. So
I
you better do
know,
this.
and I don't want to throw up.
You won't throw up. Okay, iTunes, keep listening. She's going to do this, I promise.
Oh my gosh.
You might have to go watch the video on Patreon, though, because it's going to be awesome. Look, isn't it yummy? Lemonade makes everything better. And then you have the avocado. Then you have the cheese. Oh, and Veronica asked what kind of cheese it was. This is called Grafton Village. I got it at Mama Jean's, and it's raw milk cheddar. I think she's having a seizure over here. Okay, be honest. Was that as bad as you had thought it was going to be? You have to be honest with them because it's good. It's sardine salad. Okay, what'd you think?
It is very fishy.
It was fishy?
Yes.
No.
Yes. Yes.
It's good. You didn't get enough of the good stuff. Like, you took too small of a
No,
bite.
I got it.
Well, I commend you. High five. You did it. You tried a sardine. Good job. It's not the last time, though, because I'm going to make it again for you.
No.
And I'm going to make the yellowtail that Wild Planet has. It's awesome. Okay. So now I gave you an idea of how long that took. What if you made like a big batch of that and then you use that throughout the week? Or a big batch of tuna salad, salmon salad, doesn't matter. Smoked salmon. You could mix up some smoked. Oh, you know what I like to do is take the collard green and do smoked salmon and cream cheese in the collard green, or smoked salmon and guacamole. Yum! Just look for nitrate-free smoked salmon. Okay, where was I? So I wanted to show some brands too. I know you have to get going soon.
I know, I got like 3 minutes.
But let's say you did want a sandwich or a wrap for lunch because that's what you're used to, okay? Yeah, those of you out there, you're about to hear me talk about bread, okay? So, now, you might not like this bread though because it's not great unless it's toasted. This is Julienne Bakery Paleo bread. And it's the only bread I've found so far that's gluten-free, that tastes like, it gives you that feel of bread and doesn't taste like the gluten-free breads that are like cardboard. Okay, but this isn't really great unless it's toasted. When it's toasted, it's phenomenal. But when it's just plain, you're like, what am I eating? So toast it up. I do think that this is fine. The ingredients are good. So maybe just not every day. Try to use the collard greens. Try to get less starches and things like that. However, this is pretty low in carbohydrates. Like one slice has 6 grams of carbohydrates. So
that's pretty good.
Yeah, that's pretty good. Plus it's got fiber. 5 of those grams is fiber. So if you're like one of those net carb people, that'd be 1 carb, right? So, which I don't believe in net carbs. That's a whole nother topic. But but then, okay, so we have the collard green wraps, but maybe you're like, I'm not quite ready for that, Jodelle. Like, I'm not ready for vegetables.
I'm going to still look at this.
Yeah, you can steal whatever. So another brand
Julienne
that I like
Bakery.
is
Can you get this on
the
Amazon?
Siete wraps. They're cassava and coconut, and my daughter absolutely adores these. She'll just eat them plain. Yes, I don't think you can get this on Amazon. Well, you might be able to. You can order it from their website, but Mama Jean's has it in certain, like Whole Foods will have it, Natural Grocers will have it. So Siete is a brand I like these because they're not low carb, but they're actually the ingredients you can pronounce everything. And the fat they use is even pastured pork lard. So it's actually back to our grandmother's days. Using lard. No, I don't think that's John Stamos.
Well, it looks a lot like him.
Maybe it's his family. So.
Yeah, he put all his cousins
Now,
on.
these are really good as far as nutrients and ingredients. However, just bear in mind that if you don't like warm them up, just like kind of warm them or put them in a pan, they will like kind of fall apart. So, I mean, they don't hold together really well, but if you just want something that gives you like the essence of a burrito, there you go. So I wanted to put that out there. Okay, if you need to go.
I know. What about this?
Oh, with iTunes, yeah. We'll have to. That's I didn't
sign
think
off
about
and
that.
say-
Yeah, iTunes. You'll just have to. If you want more of this podcast, you're gonna have to go to patreon.com/Jodelle, and that way you can become a patron and listen to it. Although this one I'll probably post for free because I want everybody to have access to
Okay.
it. So, all right. So I'm gonna sign off of that. and then
Send it to yourself.
so can you talk amongst them while can you ask questions and make a topic about your biggest struggle while I do this, because I have to focus.
My biggest struggle.
Okay.
Okay, so Jodelle challenged me a few weeks ago to go caffeine free for 3 days. Can I talk about that?
Yeah.
And I did. And it really wasn't as bad as I thought it would be. And so now my next challenge is to go for 10 days, which I haven't started yet.
Oh, I was going to ask you if you'd started.
Yeah, I haven't started that yet. So I think that might be a challenge. So I did the 3 days, though. And I didn't really realize while I was doing the caffeine free that it was that big of a deal. But because I thought, oh, I get to have coffee the first day that I could have coffee. And it wasn't as exciting as I thought it would be. So I think that I don't miss coffee as much as I think I do.
That's good. So this is all about Okay, you're still there. Okay.
They're still there.
Yes, and I got this out, so
So it is. So you know how I always thought that I had to have my cup of coffee at night, my decaf coffee, and I don't really find that I have to have that.
Yay! So see, little self-discoveries, if you'll just
It is.
play around with like eliminating a few things that you think might be a trigger for you or something, it's usually the things that you think, I can't live without that. Okay, so just
And
eliminate them for like 3 days and just see how you feel, or maybe 7 days and see how you feel. If nothing changes, then maybe it's not an issue for you. But if something does change, like she realized, I don't need the stimulant, so why would I do that, especially to my insulin, because caffeine can spike insulin, and if you're already having blood sugar issues, you don't want to do that any further. So, something to think about.
Okay, so I have to go.
Okay, everybody say bye, Wendy.
Bye!
And I'll keep going here. So we're still kind of talking lunch. So we've got hard-boiled eggs, nitrate-free beef jerky, and yeah, bye. Thank you so much for coming. And an F-bomb. So why couldn't you take to work like 2 hard-boiled eggs, a nitrate-free beef jerky? I like these Vermont Real Sticks. And then like an F-bomb, and that would be your lunch. That's quick, easy, you can throw it in your purse. Even eggs, I mean, if they're cold in the morning, by the time you get to lunch, they don't have to be like uber cold. So that's something that you can really think about. Oh, I can do that. What about olives? If you love olives, snack on those rather than nuts. Nuts, you can sometimes overdo them, but they're such great good fats and good like kind of different electrolytes and things, because they're real salty, olives. That you won't probably eat a whole jar, like you could eat a whole jar of peanuts or something, okay? How about some sardines or tuna or salmon tossed with an avocado in some soy-free mayo? So just in a bowl, you take like a tin of fish and an avocado and your little container of mayo, and you mix that up in a bowl and eat it. Simple, easy. Sprinkle it with salt and pepper. Bob's your uncle. Okay, then, like I mentioned before, the ark wasn't built in a day, so sometimes you have to plan ahead. So some of these things you make double and triple portions at dinner time when you're cooking like chicken and rice and veggies. You're going to make like you're cooking for an army, and just package those up and put them in the fridge for being on the go. Or you're going to make some chicken legs in a crock pot, right? So just toss some there's some really good brands out there now that don't have soy. Some dressings and sauces and things like that don't have soy. They don't have high fructose corn syrup. I think one of them is like a Tessemae, maybe. I don't know. I don't use a lot of sauces and stuff. But what if you just poured that bottle in with a big crock pot of legs or thighs and got that really great dark meat of a pasture-fed chicken or turkey, and then you had those throughout the week with a salad or with, some of the other things we've talked about, or taking the meat off and putting it in a wrap. Okay, so some more things to think about there. So here's some dinners, because one of the things that I get from people, we're going to move on to dinners now, but one of the things I get is people saying, I don't have time to cook, I'm gonna do this, I have to stop and grab stuff at, Pita Pit on the way home and take that home, or I have to just grab a pizza on the way home because it's late at night and my kids are hungry. All right, how about the grocery store is now your best friend? And I don't mean to go grocery shopping, I mean to grab and go. So you go in the first section, like the produce, the deli area, and you grab a rotisserie chicken, some microwavable sweet potatoes, even though I don't love microwaving, but in a pinch, it's way better than a frozen pizza, okay? And then bag salad, and you just whip up the salad while the potatoes are in the microwave, and then everybody serves themselves off of the chicken, and dinner's done, okay? It doesn't have to be rocket science. Like I mentioned with the chicken legs or the thighs in the crock pot, it could be anything in the crock pot. It could be a roast and potatoes. in the oven that you put in there. You know, if it's not the oven, you put it in the crock pot before you leave for work, or if you're coming home midday or something like that to make lunch. Sorry, this thing's all wobbly. Then you put it in at lunchtime and it's done by dinner time. Okay, so pressure cooking is another thing a lot of people are getting into. I don't have one, but I've heard it's really great to make meals on the go. So if anybody has a pressure cooker out there, share some of your ideas in the comments and let people see what you're doing. Okay. What about cooking up a whole sleeve of bacon and for adding to things or just snacking? Bacon can be a snack. Like, what if you took your avocado and your bacon slices and some cheese or some olives and you took that to work with you? Now, a lot of you are thinking, isn't that a lot of fat? Yes, and fat does not increase insulin, and insulin is our fat promoting hormone. Okay, so if you want to put fat on, then you will put in things in it that release insulin, and those things are going to be your starchy, processed, refined carbohydrates. Okay, so if you don't want to put fat on, then eating fat is really smart, like the fat bombs, because what they're going to do is there's no spike in insulin. Your body goes, hey, we're not in a stress mode. There's fat coming in, so we can burn stored body fat for energy, okay? And ketosis is really a great plan to get on. Ketogenic eating, it's quick, it's easy. A lot of fat sources are easy on the go stuff. Like sometimes I just want pure coconut butter, so I'll take these Archegana raw coconut butter. Like they have, the F-bombs have some really great blends. Oh, I showed you the house blend. This is a coffee one you can mix in your coffee in the morning too. There's another idea for breakfast. You don't have time to eat? Blend some oils in your coffee. Like this house blend is a blend of coconut, macadamia, and Brazil nut oils. Yum. And it gives your coffee like almost like a peanut buttery taste. And then add some protein powder. So I'm going to show you my favorite protein powder too. And I have a promo code for you. So protein powder is ATP Sciences hydrolyzed no whey protein. No way, because there's no whey. There's no dairy. It's made from collagen. These are collagen peptides. Okay, so this bag will last you forever. Yes, you'll pay about $53 for it on their website, but it's 55 servings. Okay, what does that equal out to? Less than $1 a serving. That's pretty dang good. And this is pure collagen that feeds your skin, it feeds your hair, it feeds your nails, it feeds your digestive tract if you're trying to improve your digestion. So that is something to really grab with the promo code that saves you 5%, Get Fit with J. Okay, you can go on atpscience.com and type in Get Fit with J. So if you missed that, you can message me and I'll make sure and give it to you. But so with the coffee, you do like any kind of butter. Even if you don't have one of these, do coconut oil, just a scoop in there, maybe some grass-fed butter if you have it, and then put a scoop of the collagen protein. Blend it in your blender. You've got a meal in your cup to take with you in the car, and just make sure if you have to drink anything in the car like a smoothie or anything that you're being safe, but also take a sip and enjoy it. Like let your mind focus on that for a second. It's like a little bit of a meditation for you. Okay, be present with your food so you can tell if your body really wants it or not. That's a really good thing to remember. So but like I was saying with these little nut packets are so good. And coconut, like I mentioned before, any coconut product like coconut butter has lauric acid, which kills off harmful yeasty bacteria. Think candida. If you've got candida overgrowth, this is like the nut butter you want to go with, not the other nut butters, because they can actually feed, especially like peanut butter, will feed any sort of fungal overgrowth you have going on. Okay, so no, just say no to peanut butter. Unless it's Wild Jungle peanuts, okay? I got these off of Amazon and I made my own peanut butter with them, my little recipes on Instagram, and I think it might be on Facebook too. But they're so delicious, and these are actually hand harvested in small batches, so they're not stuck in silos like other peanuts are where they grow toxic mold. So these are virtually mold free. Some websites will claim that they're absolutely mold free, but there's always probably going to be a little trace in most all foods that you eat. But you would definitely want to reduce your exposure. So look up Wild Jungle peanuts too. Is anybody out there? Because I don't see any commenters. Maybe you guys are just like really weirded out but that you're in my kitchen. I don't know. So, but I'm glad you're here because I wanted to share all this with you. Let's see if I missed anything. So guacamole with veggies, there's another good snack. And if you don't want to make it, how about holy guacamole? Okay, the little packets, that's the best brand I've found around that actually has some pretty decent ingredients. I think there's another one at Whole Foods, it's like Sriracha or something is the brand. No, that's the type of something they put in it. I think it's Hope. Maybe it's Hope that makes their own guacamole brand. Yogurt protein dip. So you can take a yogurt, like a little container of a Greek plain yogurt, and add an organic. You want to go for organic because you don't want I lost my train of thoughts because I was reading somebody's question. You don't want to go with anything that has MSG or high fructose corn syrup. Some of the packet powders of like a ranch dip or a French onion dip can have that, but Simply Organic makes a brand that does not. So you could just take that packet, pour it into yogurt, mix it up, and you've got a dip that you can eat the whole thing of versus buying a French onion dip and you can have 2 tablespoons is what the label says. And it's a protein serving because, a whole milk, full fat Greek yogurt is a protein serving. And so mix that up, take some veggies with you, buy them pre-cut. You don't have to cut them up. I have, usually I have things cut up here, but I don't right now. So if I was in a pinch, I could just run out and get some pre-cut stuff. Oh, I do have some celery in there too, but Bunny's not here to taste test it, so I can't show you that. What about pork rinds, okay? Pork rinds are kind of making a comeback, kind of like bacon is, because pork rinds are like, gives you that, I'm here, Vanessa says, and Lindsay says, what brand of Wild Jungle peanuts? I don't remember the brand, Lindsay, but they're on Amazon, and there's several different brands on there, and from what I researched, they're all pretty decent. So I want to say it was like Amazonia or something like that. Like it wasn't an Amazon brand, but it was something like that. So pork rinds, back to pork rinds. I actually have, let's see, let me get that out. I have a brand that I like to buy. So these are quick on the go. They don't need any refrigeration. And did you know that protein is high in pork rinds? So this bag is 2 servings, and it's 18 grams of protein. That's like a really small chicken breast, okay? So this, you could just eat this bag, and you're like eating a bag of chips, and you're getting 10 grams of fat and no carbohydrates and 18 grams of protein, okay? So you're getting fat, you're getting protein, nothing spiking your insulin, and they're really yummy. So this brand is the classic chili and salt brand. I got this at Natural Grocers, where I'll be teaching a class in Fayetteville this week if anybody's in the Northwest Arkansas area. But those are really great. The Epic brand is really great too, and I have another thing for you. So Epic makes the only kind of protein bars or little snicky snackies that I recommend. And so this is the Epic Maple Glazed and Smoked Tender Salmon Bites, okay? I buy these for my daughter because I want her to get some DHA, some good omegas and fish oil and stuff like that, and I can't get her, kind of like Bunny, to eat sardines or tuna or anything like that, but she loves these, and so I know that I'm getting a little bit of DHA in her system. So those of you with kids, the nitrate-free beef sticks, the Epic bars, they have sticks too. Like Epic makes sticks, there's not just bags, but all of these, like the nut butter packets, these are great for kids too. Pop them in their lunchbox. Bring them after school if they have like a soccer match that they're going to and you need to feed them something really quick before they head out to play. How about pork rinds? Most kids are not going to turn down pork rinds, so at least no kids I've found have yet. And so I wanted to show you the sticks too. Like this is the turkey strip stick. So right after Thanksgiving you could have the cranberry and sage turkey strip from Epic. And these are, again, slip it in your purse, take it with you. Grab one of these, grab one of these. Grab like one of these, and then there's like a nice quick snack or a meal depending on who you are, or take some peanuts with you, some Wild Jungle peanuts. So I've got all this laid out in front of me. I'm starting to get hungry. I'll be done soon. So let's move on to a few more dinner recipes. So how about breakfast for dinner? Scrambled eggs, bacon, or some sausage for dinner. Saute a veggie along that and some butter, and you've got meal in under 10 minutes because eggs and bacon don't take very long. Roast everything. This is called the roast everything dinner. So you're going to get 2 big roasting pans, and on one pan you're going to have the meat, and on the other pan you're going to have whatever frozen vegetables you want, like let's say broccoli, cauliflower, Brussels sprouts. Just rip open the frozen bag and throw it on a tray and put it in your oven. Out of sight, out of mind, and you can go do other things while you're preparing the meal, or while you're preparing for the next day. Like you could actually make a big batch of all of that, and I get sidetracked when people pop a question up, so I lose my train of thought. Anyway, you roast it all. If the meat gets done before the veggies, you pull the meat out, and then you have the veggies in there for a little bit longer until everything is the tenderness that you want or whatever. Okay, so those are some quick, easy things. Now, so you didn't prepare. So you swing into the grocery store for lunch or for breakfast or for dinner. Maybe just a quick grab and go is like the deviled or hard-boiled eggs. A lot of grocery stores have deviled eggs. Are they going to have the best ingredients? No, but it's still better than swinging in Pizza Hut and getting a pizza, okay? Bag of sugar snap peas. Eat those with your deviled eggs. Holy guacamole packets, rotisserie chicken, sliced cheese, nitrate-free deli meat. Boar's Head makes a lot of that. So for those of you with just your average grocery store, Boar's Head does a lot. Aldi's is a great place to hop into because they have lots of like the bags of green beans. They'll have hummus or they'll have guacamole. So go in there and get your lunch if you forgot it or if you're running out of ideas. In a pinch, grab some full-fat cottage cheese. That's a great source of protein, and you can eat that with some berries and Bob's your uncle, okay? Then you've got salad bars. A lot of these big grocery stores have salad bars that you can go in and just make yourself. Lots of veg, meat source, olives, oil and vinegar for dressing. Try to find some fat to put on that, like some nuts and seeds or some avocado. Or buy the Holy Guacamole packet with your salad bar and use that, squirt that on as your dressing. How about that? And then maybe for a snack, all else fails, grab some dark chocolate and some coconut oil. So again, coconut oil is a medium chain triglyceride, which helps your body burn stored body fat. For those of you without gallbladders, you don't need a gallbladder to digest coconut oil because of that fat that immediately goes into the cells for cellular energy. Those medium chains are really powerful, and they don't require bile to be broken down. So there you go. Gas stations. What about gas stations? I mean, we're really lowest of the low here when we have to go find some food in a gas station. But what if you're a trucker and that's all you have access to? Pork rinds, just look for the ones that say pork and salt. They're there, I promise you, for the most part. Most of them are. Nuts, there's usually a bag of nuts somewhere. String cheese, there's usually that. Beef jerky, try to find no nitrates, but good luck in the gas station. Some even have like hard-boiled eggs now and some fruit, okay, or some hummus. And so try to look for things like that in a pinch. No time to eat. How about the coffee bomb we talked about with the packet tossed in? Drink your energy, so shaker cups. Actually, I was going to show you. So one of my favorite things to do now if I'm on the go is when I leave the house, I just put a scoop of this in my shaker cup. ATP Science, you save 5% with Get Fit with Jay when you go to their website. And then this is one of the main fat burners that I promote, okay? This is their AMP V. If you want a fat burner in a bottle, and because I don't usually advocate pill fat burners or anything, but what this is all the oils that your body needs. So omega-3, 6, 9, you get all the oils in here. I think even like 7, omega-7 is in here. Like this company thought of everything, putting everything in this bottle that when you take this in and you're in between meals and you can't get anything, this can sustain you. This can keep you from breaking down delicate muscle and really getting low energy. So it's just a little bit of an oily fat that you pop in your mouth. It's got peppermint oil in it, so if you have bad breath, it kind of freshens your breath too. And then I put a couple drops in this when I go to shake it up. I'll just keep this with me in my little basket, my catch-all that I carry, and I'll just put a few drops in there, and that way it gives it like a vanilla, caramely, pepperminty taste. It's really kind of refreshing. This is also great in coffee, and it's good before your fasted workouts so that you actually dip into your fat stores while you're doing your workout. Okay, so 5% off. You'll get that with Get Fit with Jay at atpscience.com. And let's see, does Epic have a website? Veronica, I think it's epicbar.com. Maybe it's on here. It's at Epic Bar is their Instagram, but yeah, they're going to have a website. I think it's epicbar.com, but I don't see it right offhand. So check that out. Okay, now before I let you go, I have I'm going to go through a list of foods. Some of them we've talked about, some of them we haven't, but it's going to give you a wide range, and I'm going to put this on the Patreon page too, just a kind of a list of quick, convenient foods that you can go with, okay? So we talked about Epic Bars, we talked about the Siete wraps, the F-bombs. Another company that's really great and up and coming, they just came off of starter is Performance Nut Butter. And this is really great. You can get a box for 20 bucks, and there's 10 packets in there. And it is macadamia, coconut, and cashews. So if you like a cashew butter, this is really great. And it's made with a guy with a huge passion. So you can support somebody who's really passionate about nutrition and feeding people really well. Okay, raw pumpkin seeds. I have those in my fridge. Those are easy to take a little container. Oh, I wanted to show you my containers too. Because again, we want to steer clear of plastics. So how about go on Amazon and get these little containers. And it keeps you from overindulging with like nuts and seeds. So like if a serving size on a package of M&Ms, Bunny's wearing off on me like I would ever even say that word. A fourth of a cup of peanuts is usually a serving. So this is roughly about a fourth of a cup. So I could say, okay, I've got my portion control in there too, so I'm not going to overindulge with my little, there you go, okay? So those are great, and then make sure you get like a glass container set too, rather than plastic. It's really good to have these little glass containers that you can take everywhere. And just get a really great lunchbox that you want to take with you, and just have to put whatever tchotchkes you decide from today's podcast that are right for you. Okay, so Wild Jungle Peanuts we talked about, dark chocolate without any soy lecithin. So make sure when you buy that bar of dark chocolate, you flip it over and you look at it and make sure it doesn't have soy lecithin. If it's got like safflower lecithin or no lecithin at all, that's fine, but make sure it doesn't have that. And you want at least 70 to 80% or higher. 80% or higher is probably best, so you're low sugar on that dark chocolate. Another thing you could do is take one of the F-bombs or like a nut butter packet and take a piece of dark chocolate with it. So you get like nut butter and dark chocolate, and that's your snack in the afternoon instead of the Snickers bar at the vending machine or the candy off of your neighbor's desk, right? A little better option. Let's see, olives, any kind, Kalamata, green, whatever you like. Just make sure they don't have any dyes or high fructose corn syrup in them or anything like that. Pickled foods, again, look for no dyes, but like pickles are great to keep on hand just for when you get home and you're like, I'm gonna eat my child, I'm so hungry. So go and grab a pickle instead. It's got electrolytes that'll calm you down. It's got sodium that'll kind of calm your body down and say, oh, food's coming in, we're okay. Cacao nibs, that's something that people are getting into that's like, these little bits, almost like grape nuts of chocolate. Like they're like the ground up or kind of chunked up seeds of the cacao bean. And so they taste kind of chocolate. Well, they are chocolate, so it tastes chocolatey, but they're kind of crunchy. They give you something crunchy to munch on. And you can mix them with berries and coconut milk and again, make something like a cereal, okay? Brazil nuts, macadamia nuts, those are great options. Just watch your portion control with those. A little goes a long way. Seaweed snacks, those little like strips of seaweed, those are great. They've got iodine in them for good thyroid function, and they're roasted with sea salt, so they taste really yummy too. How about, there's a company called Brad's Raw that you can get like at most natural food stores, and they have broccoli bites. So it's actually raw broccoli, but it's dehydrated and it's mixed with like, nuts and seeds, so they're real crunchy. It's almost like these bites of broccoli florets that are real crunchy, so try those. Those are really good too, and that's a way to get a little vegetable serving into your kids as well. They also make, or a different company maybe makes Brussels bites, and those are good too. Raw cheese we talked about, nut butter balls. You can quickly make like a nut butter ball by combining almond butter, protein powder, and a little bit of coconut flour, and maybe chop a piece of dark chocolate in a bowl, mix it up, and then make these little balls that you can take on the go with you. Kale chips, Brussels chips are one of my new favorite things. I think I have a recipe somewhere down in my feed if you'll look for it, but Brussels chips are amazing, and a lot of restaurants are serving them now too. Hummus and veggies, look for one that has the least amount of ingredients when it comes to hummus. Do not buy Sabra. Sorry, I'm calling companies out, but they've got soybean in it, soybean oil in it. So please just avoid Sabra. Look for other brands that don't have soybean oil. Soy is known to inhibit your thyroid from working, and we all could use a little less of that these days when thyroid function is at the top of the problems people go to the doctor for. In fact, levothyroxine is the thyroid medication that is one of the top selling pharmaceutical drugs right now. So that tells you how many people are having thyroid issues. I wonder why. I wonder with all the soy in our system why that would be. Okay, and then finally, I gotta turn the lights on in here so you can see the last thing I'm gonna show you, which is one of my favorite snacks, okay? The sun's going down. And I didn't get my Swannies out, so I gotta find those. But what I'm gonna do is take and grab my toasted coconut flakes. Let me go see if I can set this up over here and show you what I'm gonna do. So, toasted coconut flakes, it's pretty much just raw flaked coconut out of the coconut. And I have to get a tray out of my oven. Oops, dropped my oven mitt. For some reason, it's just more convenient to have my trays in the oven when I need them, so that's where it was. And it's hot because the oven's on. But I just put a piece of parchment paper down. Like, you could literally start timing me now, because this is going to be no preparation whatsoever other than the parchment paper goes on the tray, and I open the bag, and I put the flakes on. So let me bring you over here. I put the flakes. Oh, I'm just about as good as Bunny is recording this. Okay, so I'm going to fan them out here. And I roast a ton of things, so don't look at my dirty trays. Don't judge me. I'm a nutritionist. I'm always cooking roasted vegetables in the oven. Okay, so at the end of the day, my brain's stopping working now, so I'm fumbling over my words. These are going in the oven right now. And I've got my oven on about 375. I'm gonna go do something else. I don't have to think about it, but wait till you try these when you make them yourself. One recommendation I'll do is they're only gonna cook for about 8 or 10 minutes, and sprinkle them with salt, sea salt, and they are like sweet and savory, and they are delicious. And you can take them anywhere, because once they're cooked up, they're crispy like little chips, and they will be so satisfying to you. In fact, you might have to watch your portion control on them, because they're a little tasty. So sprinkle them on things. Maybe you're going to make your yogurt bowl and sprinkle them on that. Maybe you're going to keep them pretty savory and put a little more salt on it and use them as like croutons or crunchy things on your salad kind of stuff. Or maybe you're just going to eat them as a snack when you're at a ball game or a movie and everybody else is eating popcorn and things like that. So that is the toasted coconut chips. If we're still talking by the time they're done, I'll show them to you. But otherwise, they're just going to look just like those white flakes, but they're a little more toasted. Now, every one of my meal plans has suggestions like this, because I know that we live in a society where there's not a lot of time. So if you are looking for more ideas and more help, go to my website, go to my shop page, and pick out a meal plan. You're going to get a ton of recipes no matter which one you pick out. Okay, fast, easy, and tasty. Okay. Also, my cookbooks, like Get Fit with Good Food, is my latest cookbook, and it's on bakespace.com. You just type in Google, just type in Get Fit with Good Food, and it'll come up in Google. And then my other one is a PDF that you download from my website too, and it's my older version, but it's got a lot of quick, easy, throw together, like the yogurt bowl I mentioned kind of thing. So I don't see any more questions out there. Does anybody have any questions before I let you go? I think you should take a look at what's in front of me right now, because it's just been like this whirlwind of preparing things and showing you stuff. So yeah, that's kind of fun. So if nobody has any questions, then thank you for watching, and thanks for being a follower here. I really appreciate you guys. I never get to tell you that enough. When you guys leave me comments or feedback, or when you send me an email and you say, you know, I really love what you're doing, or I love that you did this for me, thank you, or all the suggestions you gave were good, or the meal plan I downloaded was amazing, I've lost 15 pounds. I love all that feedback. So make sure and give me some feedback when and if you feel like you should, okay? And you can connect with me more like on that Patreon page too, patreon.com/Jodelle. Only other thing I'll say of eating on the go is when you're under stress, you get more dehydrated, so be sure to take your water with you and get into the habit of filling up whatever the amount of water bottles you have in your house. Like right now in my fridge, I have 2 water bottles ready to go, because tomorrow is an early start for me, so I already know that these will be ready to go when I get up in the morning. I can just throw them in my bag, okay? That way I don't have to go buy bottled water, because we want to protect our environment. No more plastics, okay? So get stainless steel or glass and give up the need for buying plastic bottles, and take your water from home. Angela, thanks for posting. She said, I love what you're doing, Jodelle. Please keep it up. You have made my life much healthier. Aw, thank you. So that's really great to hear from you. Thank you, Angela. Yep, that's all I got, you guys. Let's see, right before I let you go, let's see if the flakes are toasting at all. Oh, we might be done. They're a little brown, so let me pull them out and then you'll get to see them. Don't throw up. I know I'm whisking you around my house here, so. Okay, so these are actually a little more done than you want, but I was so busy talking to you guys that I do this sometimes. But you know what? They're still really good just like this. So as you can see, they're just little toasted chips. And as they sit out here, they get super crispy. So they're gonna get really nice and crisped up. And, they're so good. They're addictively good. Okay. That's all I got for you guys. Thanks for watching, and be sure to send me your messages and your questions for the next podcast. Bye.